Hello, friends. Today on Study Scripture Online, I want to take a couple of minutes to chat with you about adversity and prosperity. A well-known Hollywood actress once said, "I know what it's like to be poor, and I know what it's like to be rich. And let me tell you, rich is better." But Solomon might disagree. I doubt he was ever poor, but he certainly knew what it was to be rich, and his personal testimony in Ecclesiastes is that wealth is not all it's cracked up to be. In fact, prosperity in general does not live up to its billing. That was impressed upon me in an indelible way by my mother, a very godly woman who endured a lot of hardship as a young mother. I was her third child in 3 years, as my father was a student in seminary and we were living in public housing in Dallas. When I was 2, my dad graduated and the family moved to St. Louis, where my father taught in a little Bible institute near downtown. All 5 of us lived in a one-room tenement. And I mean one room. No closet, no kitchen, not even a bathroom. There was a public bathroom down the hall that served 6 apartments. My dad was paid $50 a month for teaching, but the college kept it all because our family ate all our meals in the dining hall. I'll spare you other details of our poverty. Fast forward a decade. My father, who had served the college faithfully in many capacities, was now the president. A very wealthy friend of his died, leaving his entire estate to the college and specifying that the president and his family should live in his home, which was on a private street in Clayton, a house worth at least $800,000 today. While the home did not belong to us, we were allowed to live in it rent-free, and all the contents were ours to use: the beautiful furniture, the china in the hutch, the silver and the crystal, and a TV, our very first. We had gone from the armpit of St. Louis to the richest area of St. Louis County. We had gone from having virtually nothing to enjoying beautiful things we had only dreamed about. I went from one of the worst schools in the city to one of the finest schools in the nation, Clayton High School. One day after we had lived on Arundel Place for about a year, I remember my mother commenting, "The test of adversity is easier than the test of prosperity." What she meant is that she found it easier to maintain an attitude of dependence upon God, to continue her deep prayer life, to keep her priorities straight, and to keep family relationships strong when facing adversity than when enjoying prosperity. I believe she was right, and I believe many Christians could testify to the same thing. I'm not a masochist, of course, and I would never choose adversity for myself or for anyone I love. But it is important for us to realize that prosperity is not an automatic sign of God's favor, nor is adversity necessarily a sign of his disfavor. For further exploration of this topic, click the link below, which will take you to a sermon entitled "The Test of Adversity is Easier Than the Test of Prosperity," based on Ecclesiastes 7.